So question 5 on the exam was cosine x times cos to the 5th sine x dx. Now it's important to recognize that this is in the cosine. So we can't just do cosine x times cos to the 5x times sine x, because that's not what they're asking for. So to start with this problem, we're going to make it easier to look at. Nice around the eyes. We're gonna substitute u for sine x, so we can get rid of that ugly thing inside the cosine. And of course, the derivative of sine x is cos x dx. And now we substitute that back in because we have the cosine here. If you look at it closer, you have cosine 5 sine x cos x dx. That means that this cosine can go away, and this sine can go away. So when we're using our substitution, cos 5u du. All right, so now this is easier to do. We're gonna manipulate this a little bit and use the identities we know to solve it. So the first thing you do is you separate it. So cos 4u times cos u equals du. And to simplify further, cosine squared u squared is the same as cosine to the 4u times cos u du. And this is when we use our identities. So sine squared x plus cosine squared x equals 1, which means that cosine squared u can be 1 minus sine squared u. So we're going to put that in and get rid of that. So 1 minus sine squared u squared times cos u du. And now we're going to substitute again. But remember this, because we're going to end up putting it all back in and going backwards. We're going to use t as our substitution variable again. T equals sine u, which means dt equals cos u du. We're going to do the same thing. And now we're just going to put that in. So the integral, 1, that's sine squared, so it's going to be minus t squared, and look, now it goes away. So it's 1 minus t squared du. And we're going to FOIL, because it's squared, which would be 1 minus t squared plus 4. So 1 minus 2t squared plus t fourth. T squared times t squared is positive t fourth. So to simplify the integration, t to the 4th minus 2t squared plus 1 dt. I forgot, this is dt. So we're getting rid of this du and putting in dt, just to be clear. And now we can just integrate it as normal, add an exponent by 1 and divide it by that exponent, minus 2t3 over 3 plus t. And now we're going to put our u back in, which is sine x. The first substitution we made, again, for t is sine u. So it's going to be sine 5u over 5 minus 2 sine 3u over 3 plus sine u. And we're not done, because we just did the first substitution. Now we need to use the initial substitution we used and put that back into here so we can get our all back to x again. So sine 5, u is sine x, so sine 5 sine x over 5 minus 2 sine 3 sine x over 3 plus sine x plus c. And that is our final answer.